Good evening, Team Life Changers. I am super excited this evening because we have a guest with us. Deena she's just right around the corner from me geographically. I'm so thrilled though because she has an amazing story that she's going to share with us. And she is very inspirational. I've heard her on team calls before and she just brings it. So I'm excited, Deena. Thank you so much for being with us. We are going to flip over. I'm going to do some, we are early in the month, but that's okay because we have people that are already on the board. If you are a brand new coach, it is your responsibility to be the CEO of your company, and you get to go into the file section of Life Changers. There is a document for this month. It's called November Extravaganza Scoreboard because October, November, and December, we are celebrating Life Changers 1-year anniversary, and we are just doing it throughout the end of the year. So we have 3 different categories. We have one category is the number of people helped. So we're still going to keep it with Success Club points with that just because it's easier. So we have the people helped, we have number of coaches signed, and we have number of transformation stories. And then we also have rank advancement. So right now on the board for number of people helped, we're just use Success Club points for that. We have Melinda Nini at 2 points, Rebecca Thompson at 4 points. And coaches signed Melinda Nini signed a coach. Good for you, Melinda. Excited for you. Transformation stories. I know that Sarah shared a transformation story, and she must have just forgot to post it in here. So she shared one, and she has a bunch of transformation stories. She just hasn't put them in Life Changers yet. So, and then we are still making our way to Rank Advance. You have plenty of time to hit Success Club. That is a very, very important part of your business to get your business to grow. So that's always needs to be a goal, even for us pearls, you know, because some of us pearls, we are more love and heart oriented, but you need to think these are people that we're going to see their lives changed. And, you know, so we definitely want to keep that as a goal to keep our business moving forward. All right. Without further ado, I'm just going to turn this call right over to you, Deena. You can take it away, girlfriend. Thank you.
Well, thank you for having me on. I'm so honored that you wanted to hear my story, and hopefully I can add some value to your team. We're all a team because we're all an epic empire, even though you guys are life changers. So a little bit about me. I have transformed my life, and it was before I became a Beachbody coach. My journey started. It was 14 years ago. I was obese. I was morbidly obese from what they said, which I never could imagine, you know, somebody telling me that, but I was, and I felt that way. I was depressed. I was miserable. I was kind of stuck in a rut when I should have been so happy. I was a new mom. I was happily married, but I didn't feel good about myself. And I was 240 pounds, and I'm only 5'1". So if you can imagine, that's a pretty big girl. And so I had a lot of, you know, health problems that were starting to arise, and I wanted to have more children, and I couldn't. I miscarried twice. And then after that, I just decided that I needed to make a change. And it had to start with my health and my fitness. And so I made the decision to just start. And it was like this shift that had to happen in my life in order for me to start, because I had tried so many different times to lose weight and I just couldn't. So it was really all in my head, and I didn't quite get it until now, to be honest with you, because even now when I'm trying to talk to my challengers, like, what was it that really did it for me? And it was the ultimate feeling of hitting rock bottom, like being mocked when I was out in public and not being able to have children. It's like it all came to a head. And so I had to just get it into my mind that I can do this. I can do whatever it is that I put my mind to, but I have to stay focused and I have to stay consistent. And that's what happened in the past, was like I was never consistent. I was never focused on my why, my reasons for wanting to lose weight. It was never big enough. And so you'll hear me talk about that again, is your why. Why did I want to lose this weight? I wanted to lose this weight because, for one, I felt miserable. I was depressed. And two, I wanted to have more children. And I had one child already, and I wanted to be around for her. And at the rate that I was going, I wasn't going to be. And so I had that mental shift, and my why became big enough. And so I started working out, and which was very difficult for me because I was so large that it was hard to work out. And so I just started walking, and then I, started jogging a little bit, and then I got my hands on Tybo, which is why I'm so excited about Core de Force, because that was like what started me loving fitness, because I hated it at first. And so once I started with that, and then I started just changing my eating habits and started eating clean and stopped eating all of the white rice that I was eating, and just started educating myself. I was a massage therapist. I had been for 14 years. And I knew a lot about, fitness and the body and what I needed to do, but I couldn't get there. So I just started changing little by little. I just started changing. And then it kind of grabbed hold, and then I got addicted to it. And I was addicted to seeing progress. And so then I got my hands on a bootleg copy of, I think it was P90X. And then I got another bootleg copy of Hip Hop Abs. And then I bought my first Beachbody program, which was Turbo Fire, and then Turbo Jam, and then Turbo Fire. And then I got PIO, and I became a PIO instructor, and I lost 120 pounds. And I ended up having 2 more children. So I have 3 beautiful children now. And what made it all stick was just the mindset. It was getting it into my mind that I could do whatever it was that I wanted to do if I just stayed focused and kept looking at my why. And so I met Jatana after I became a PIO instructor, and she was like, "You're already coaching people. You're already doing everything that a Beachbody coach does. Have you ever thought about being a coach?" I was like, I didn't even know coaches existed. I really didn't. I never had a coach. I kept buying the programs from Amazon, or the infomercials. I think my first one was from an infomercial. And so then I became a coach and decided I was going to share my passion for fitness with others. And that's how I started. But I didn't take off running. It took me, I think, a year before I hit Success Club, because even though I had all this passion, I was afraid. I was afraid of what people might think. I was afraid of posting my sweaty selfies. I was afraid of just putting myself out there, getting outside of my box that I was so comfortable in. And then I kept watching everybody else. I was watching what they were doing. And I said, you know what? They don't have anything that I don't have. I mean, they don't have anything that I have. I don't have anything that they don't have. And so again, it was my mindset. My mindset had to change in order for me to step outside of my box, step outside of my comfort zone. And so I made that decision again to step outside of my comfort zone and just really start sharing my journey, sharing my passion. Because if you have already lost weight, which I heard some of you have, and I'm super proud of you for doing that. It's awesome. It's hard to do. But if you notice that it's always a journey, even for me now, I still have to stay on track. I still have to do the things necessary to continue my journey, because if I don't, I'll just gain all my weight back. And so you always have to continue your journey, and you have to share your journey. So once I started sharing my journey on Facebook, I realized that I was an inspiration to others. I was helping others. And that was where it sunk in. It's like, wow, people really do want to hear what I have to say because they can relate to me. So they are relating to my story, And so I continue to put my story out there, and I continue to put it out there in a way that people will read it or watch my videos and say, I can relate to that. I might be able to do that. So if you have ever like created a post and you've asked yourself, does this say something to anybody? Can somebody read this post and say, me too? So I call it a Me Too moment. And I learned this from the Super Saturdays. Like, I want to create posts that somebody can say, me too, I can relate to that. Hey, Jatana's on here. Okay, now I just got like all freaked out. Just kidding. So when I make a post, I just want to make sure that it's saying something. It's not just some random post with, me drinking Shakeology. What am I saying about that post, when I'm drinking Shakeology? Is it going to mean something to somebody else, or is it just me trying to get a post out there? And when I first started, I was just trying to get a post out there. And do you know that I even stole one of Rebecca's posts? I like copied and pasted what she wrote because I was like at a blank. I didn't know what to write. But you know what? I got no feedback from it. And she did. People don't want to see what she has to say. They want to see what I have to say. And so I had to really just give people myself, because that's what people want to see. They want to see what you have to offer. What can you do to benefit them? Okay. And everybody has their own story. Everybody has their own journey that they're on. And your journey might relate to somebody else and mine didn't. Okay. So you have to just get uncomfortable, really start sharing your story, share your life with other people, and just reach out, connect with people, because people need connection. And this is one thing I learned even when I'm trying to figure out how to be a better mother. This goes to every part of your life. Your children want connection. Friends want connection. Strangers, they might just want to connect. Look them in the face and smile at them. It might brighten their day. So if you can just start connecting with people on a regular basis, you will start seeing more results. So what I do is I reach out to people, like Jatana had mentioned, like on people's birthdays. Okay. Instead of just randomly putting it out there on Facebook, hey, happy birthday, just like everybody else does, send them a private message, connect with them. And then if you see a post that you like, actually take the time to relate to it and, create your own Me Too moment with that particular person. And just continue to do that with everybody you see. Don't just randomly scroll through Facebook and waste your time, because that's something I used to do too, searching for like ideas of what to post. And that was such a waste of time, because I could spend hours just searching through Facebook and it did nothing for me. But when you do see something that connects with you, then reach out and make that connection. And then you also have to, when you make those connections and you find people that are like you, then you need to stick with that. I can't market to everybody. I market to people that are like me, because not everybody's going to like, what I have to offer. And so when I'm putting out my post or when I'm marketing, I'm trying to connect with people that are like me, because those are the people that I want to work with. You don't want to work with everybody. There's a lot of people that are going to suck the life out of you if you just try and work with everybody. So try and find people that are like you and make those connections with those type of people. And you also have to just like find your niche and be the best at it. So my thing is not graphics. I am horrible at creating pic monkeys, and I'm not very creative. So what I have to do is come at people in a different way. Like my words, like some people are inspired just by like certain quotes that I like, and then I add my flair to it. And people will send me messages and say, I love the little quotes that you put out there. It, that meant something to me. Or I have a devotional that I read, and it's, Jesus Calling, and something that really stands out to me, I put it out there because it might mean something to somebody else. So I try and do that on a daily basis. So, and that's the other thing that you need to do. If you are serious about this business and you're serious about your fitness, because this goes hand in hand, you need to be consistent. So ask yourself, are you consistent with your fitness journey? And if you're not going to be able to help someone else be consistent with theirs. If you're not consistent with your coaching business, you're not going to be able to help someone else be consistent with theirs. And so I'm not saying you have to, do your 3 to 5 posts every day at the same time, in the same way. Get creative. I don't always post at the same time every day. They recommend you posting at the high traffic times, which are like 7, 12, and 7:30 at night. I get the most action when I do that, but I'm a fly by the seat of my pants kind of girl. I'm not very organized. And so when something hits me and I want to post about it, I do. But I do make sure that I have a Facebook presence every single day. And I think that's one thing that people are drawn to with me, is that I am so real. I share my struggles. I share my vulnerability. I share my kids. I share, what I'm feeling at any moment of the day, if it's adding value. So that's the other thing I wanted to talk about, is like, people are going to see, your posts, your workout posts every day. Hopefully they're seeing your workout posts every day. But are they also seeing other things that you might be struggling with? Like, there are days where I'm struggling and I'm so hungry like all day and I want to eat something. So I might like add like a post about like a healthy snack because I'm craving something sweet and I don't want to eat crap. So I will make myself something else. There's perfect times to do that too. Like Halloween was a perfect time to add value in a way that, instead of eating candy, why don't you create something like this? And I use the Team Beachbody blog recipes all the time. There is so much great content on Team Beachbody that you could never run out of things to talk about. I even go there and I find like fitness tips, and I will find recipes. I will find, if I want to add like a little extra challenge to my challenge, I will find like a little workout. Like we did a plank challenge. We did a push-up challenge like at the beginning. And then at the end of the, 21-day challenge, we had to do it again. And so they could see their progress in that, little add-on. So just trying to stay consistent, keeping yourself on track will help others to stay on track. The other thing I want you to keep in mind is keeping yourself positive. And I know this time of year is kind of hard for some people to stay positive. And I know a few of us, me included sometimes, have the SAD, which is an actual disorder where you feel a little bit more depressed this time of year. There's not as much sunlight, daylight. And so what I try to do for myself is positive affirmations, and I stay away from negativity. I don't allow it into my life. If there is someone that's negative, I don't associate. Like I had a good friend of mine who was talking to me about Beachbody, and she actually said to me, she says, you could go out and do this on your own. Why do you need Beachbody? And I thought for a minute, I was like, that I think was well-intentioned, but I took it in a negative way because I'm like, this is my business. This is what I'm passionate about. This is what I love doing. So why would somebody say something like that? And so I had to put that out of my head, and I kind of distanced myself for a little while. Not that I don't want to be her friend anymore, but if someone can't support me in what I'm passionate about, then I'm going to choose to maybe not hang out with them. The same with challengers. You know, I had a couple of challengers that were a little negative, and they're like, I'm so bored in this challenge. I'm like, well, if you would do something, maybe you wouldn't be bored. You know, if you would participate, maybe you would have a little fun. So I didn't engage with her. I didn't let that come into my mind, because the more negativity that you allow into your life, the more negativity is going to come into your life. And so what you want to attract to yourself is what you have to give out to the world. So if you put out yourself in a positive way, you're going to attract positive people. If you have any negativity floating around, even in your mind, because I'm telling you, the mind is so powerful. If you're feeling negative, what's going to happen? Your business is going to suffer. Your nutrition is going to suffer. Everything's going to suffer. Even like your family, your kids, everybody around you is going to connect to that negativity, and it's just going to start overflowing, and you're going to get more of that. And so be positive. Write out positive affirmations. And that's one thing I would love for you guys to do. This is a little chore for you guys, okay? I want you to write out 10 positive affirmations and post them in Rebecca's Life Changer group. And I want you guys to read it to yourself every single day. You don't have to read all 10 every day, but pick one or two that really mean something to you for that particular day, and see what it does to change your business, to change your fitness, to change your outlook on your day, because it really does make a huge difference. And that's what you need in this kind of business, because there's a lot of negativity out there. There's a lot of naysayers. There's a lot of people that are going to tell you no, and that's okay. It's not necessarily just no. It's no, not right now. It's not really my thing right now. But I guarantee you there's people that are going to say no. They're going to still watch you. And that's why you have to be consistent with your posts, because they're going to watch you, and they're going to see if you follow through with what you say you're going to do. They're going to see if you are consistent with your own journey and with helping your coaches. And they are going to watch and watch and watch. And maybe a year or two from now, they're going to contact you and be like, hey, I'm really, really looking at you, and you look amazing. I am so proud of you for staying on track and following through with what you said you're going to do. I think I might need a little bit of help. I've had that happen time and time again, and that was only because I stayed consistent. And I have to say, I went to my 20-year high school reunion, and I walked in there, and they were like, oh my God, first of all, they didn't recognize me. Second of all, they're like, you're Facebook famous. I'm like, no, I'm not. I only have like 1,000 friends, but I'm out there every single day. And they know. They didn't even have to ask me, what do you do for a living? Hello. It's all over my page. And so that's the other thing I'm going to ask you. When people go to your page, can they see what you do? Do they know that you're a Beachbody coach? Do they know that you're on a fitness journey? Do they know that you're passionate about what you do, that you love what you do? Because if they don't, then you need to change up something a little bit. Because that walking in there and everybody knowing everything about me already was kind of cool, kind of scary too. It's like, hello, maybe I share too much, but it was good because I made a lot of contacts that day, people that I hadn't seen in 20 years, and they wanted my help because they could see where I was back in high school, which was a chubby, shy girl, and where I was now. And I was a confident, strong, powerful, fit woman. And I can say that now, which feels really good. And they wanted to be around me. They all wanted to talk to me. They had questions for me. And how did you do it? And so that was all because I was consistent with my posts. I was passionate. And they could see that I love what I do. So make sure you put yourself out there every single day. Make sure you love what you're doing. and that it radiates from you, because that is what is going to sell challenge packs. And I hate saying sell challenge packs. That is what is going to get people to want to be a part of what you're doing. Whether it's being a coach or being a challenger or just being a part of your energy. Okay, they're going to want to be a part of it if you do those things. So,
girl, you I took so many notes. I wish I would have had literally I'm I'm ripping these things. I've got all these things just filled with notes from things that you've shared because it's so valuable. I love what you had to say. Number one, I know you are already a magnet. People are drawn to you. All types of people are drawn to you. Every personality type is drawn to you. I've seen you at parties. I've seen you at Super Saturday. I've seen you in different restaurants. People love to be around Deena. And I think that says so much about your character and who you are and just what you've given not only to yourself. First and foremost, I don't know if you guys were on National Wake Up Call today, that's what they were talking about, was the 4 vital behaviors. Is being proof the product works, and that's what you're doing, and you radiate. I love this so much. I'm going to be a PYO instructor. I don't even know about Beachbody. I don't even know. I just want to do what I love, and I love that. I love that. How long did it take you to lose? You said 120. Is that how much it was? Because that's what I was telling you. I think that's what it was.
I lost 120 pounds, but I lost probably 90 pounds within 2 years. And then I started trying to have children again. And it took me 8 years to have my second child. And so throughout that, I fluctuated. I gained a little bit of weight because I was on hormones. And we were actively trying with all kinds of crap that I should have never used because it never worked. And then when I finally stopped doing that and prayed and said it was in God's hands, that's when I ended up having my second child. So I gained a little bit of weight back. And then after I had my third child, that's when I lost the rest of the weight. And so, yeah, it's hard to believe that I'm healthier and more fit now than I was, years ago when I was young and didn't have kids to chase around and, a lot of more responsibility. So
yeah. And how long have you been a coach, Deena? When did you sign up?
It'll be just turned 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I want to open it up to life changers. Do you guys have questions that you can ask Deena? And you know that it's polite to ask questions, especially when we have guests. It's like I tell my kids, say hello.
Hi.
Anybody have a question? Are you Cindy's trying to reach for her thing here.
I'm a hot mess. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find Wi-Fi and it's not going well. So I wanted to ask you, first of all, Deena, thank you so much for taking your time to hang with us. But I have a lot of challengers that have a lot of weight to lose, and they continually tell me, I'm not at my goal weight, I don't have anything to share, and I'm watching them have huge emotional and mental success through this that I truly believe they have a ton to share exactly where they're at. And I don't, because I'm not where they're at, I've lost 40 pounds, but I don't have, that huge amount of weight to lose. So I feel like I don't have the credibility to really speak to that for them. But how do I encourage them to coach exactly where they're at?
That's a good question. And congratulations on your 40 pounds. That's really awesome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
What I have to say to that is they're on their journey, okay? So they need to share where they're at now, share their struggles that they've had, share the progress that they've made, and they need to focus on where they're going, okay? I'm not where I want to be at in my business, in my coaching business, but I know where I'm going. And so I can share that. And that is what your challengers need to do. They're not where they want to be, in their fitness, but they know where they're going and they're not going to give up until they get there. So that's what they need to share. And that's what you need to encourage them to do, is that they're working on it every single day. They're pushing play. They're putting themselves out there. They're drinking their Shakeology. That's what they need to share. And they need to be proud of it. They need to be passionate about it. And if they are, and they are passionate about it, I guarantee you it will overflow into their own fitness journey. Okay?
Yeah.
The more passionate they are about it, the more they share it, the more it's going to affect them, and the more they're going to want to push themselves.
Right. Awesome. Thank you. That's great advice. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Anybody else? So I'm curious, when you were
I have
talking
a
about,
question.
okay, go ahead, Teresa.
How do you balance being wife, mother, coaching, all the different things that you're about?
Well, at first it was a little challenging. My husband and I had a few fights because my face was always in my phone. And so I had to prioritize, okay? And so sometimes I had to make my challengers wait. So I used to have to answer everybody's question right away. I didn't want anybody to wait. If I had a challenge going and somebody had a question, I didn't want them waiting all day, because if they needed it answered, they needed it answered right now. And so I had to start creating times where I allowed myself to work. And so my son's at preschool for 2.5 hours. And so I know that that is going to be my time to get my work done. Okay. When they go to bed, I will spend quality time with my hubby, and then I will pick my phone back up and I will spend a little bit of time checking in for one last time throughout the day. I also check in first thing in the morning. Like when I get up in the morning, I'll drink my coffee before everybody else gets up, and I will just scroll through and make sure I didn't miss anybody from the night before, and I'll check in. And then I just, I allot those certain times throughout the day. And if I see a lot of notifications popping up, I'll scroll through and I'll see who's priority, and then I'll answer it. You know, my husband, I coach both of my boys' soccer teams. And I try really hard to spread myself out between all three of my children and my husband. My husband gets the short end of the stick a lot of times, which I'm really working on. I actually scheduled a weekend away. He doesn't know about it. So I'm just trying to give everybody my attention, but at the same time, I know that my business, if I let it suffer, then that affects me too. And when I don't do what makes me happy, it affects my family. And so my husband and I now have this understanding, he knows that this is a passion. This is something that I want to do. And I'm not doing it just for me. I'm doing it for our whole family, and he gets that. And so I just have to make sure that when we're having family time, I put my phone down. When we do dinner every night together, put the phone down. You know, if we're having, we're playing a game, put the phone down. But other times he gets it. And if I need to check in, I check in. But I do try and stick to those a lot of times that I set for myself. It's like, put it in your day planner. If since I don't work away from home, I might have it a little easier than some that work full time and are trying to do this. But I schedule the time that I know that I'm going to need to do. My workouts are always first and foremost, because if I don't get that in, I feel terrible all day and I don't want to do anything else. It's so weird, because when I don't work out, I have no energy, and then I want to eat like crap all day. Mm-hmm. So that is first and foremost. I take care of me first. And even like before my kids, it's like, I'm going to get you guys, up and ready. If for some reason they wake up, when I wake up, I try to get up before everybody and get it done. But if I don't, it's like, you know what? I'm going to give you guys a little something healthy to snack on. I'm going to go work out. You guys control yourself until I can get back to you, because I know if I don't do that, then I'm not going to be a happy mommy, and I need to be a happy mommy. And the same with, my husband. If I don't take care of what I need to take care of, I'm not as good of a wife. So take care of you first. Just like, the airplanes, they tell you, put your mask on first. If you don't, you're not going to be any good to anybody else around you. So do what makes you happy, do what makes you feel good, and schedule it.
Yeah, that's great advice. Anybody else have any questions? I have a question. I actually have 2 questions. When you were losing your weight, was there ever a time that you plateaued?
Oh, yeah.
And then what did you do to
changed it up, changed my workout. I tricked my body. I just started researching. I started reading and researching what I could do to speed up my metabolism, and tried different protein shakes. I tried every single shake out there, and absolutely love Shakeology. It's my favorite. And so when people come to me and say, oh, that's crap, baloney, I've tried everything. So I just had to change it up. I would change my workout, which is great for Beachbody because Beachbody is always coming up with a new program, and you cannot max out of how many programs you do. So I changed my workout routine, and I journaled my diet. I had to literally write down everything that I was eating, because there were times when I'd be like, I'm not eating anything more, but that handful here, that bite there, finishing your kids' food, it all adds up. So journal everything that you eat. Literally, keep a pen and paper in your pocket. So every time you go to put something in your mouth, write it down. And I guarantee you it'll make you think twice about putting it in your mouth. So, yeah.
So write it down before you put it in your mouth is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
That's a good tip.
Write it down before you put it in your mouth. Every single time, every bite of anything, write it down. Even drinks. Be careful with what you drink, because your drinks will add up. If you're drinking sweet tea or coffee with a lot of creamer in it, it all adds up. Even things that say that they're healthy, or they're not. Read the labels on everything. That's the other thing. Things that, are supposedly health foods, they're not all what they say they are. Read the labels, educate yourself, and that will get you out of any plateau that you get caught in.
Do you feel like if someone's on 21-day fix, do you feel like they would need to tweak their 21-day fix diet in order to, or do you think that within time their body is just going to go? Or, what would you say? Because 21-day fix to me is how can it get any better than that meal plan? Or what do you say?
The meal plan is amazing, but your body eventually, if you've been following it to a T and you still have more weight to lose, it's going to get adjusted to what you've been doing. And so that point, you have to trick your body. And so the countdown to competition might be a great way to supplement the 21-day fixed meal plan. So, or just on 3 days out of those weeks, 3 days out of each week, take away 2 of the yellow containers. Trick your body, okay? So if you take away 2 of the yellow containers, which are your carbs, and for 3 days, and then you add them back for 2 days, take them away for 3 days, add them back for 2 days. That tricks your body. So your body is like, what is she doing to me, And so it can't adjust to that food range. And so it spikes your metabolism so you can keep burning.
Great tips.
And always increase your water. Increase your water, because most people do not drink enough. Even if they say that they're drinking enough, if you're not drinking half an ounce to an ounce of water a day, you're not drinking enough.
Yeah.
And if you're drinking coffee or tea or any caffeinated beverages, then you need to drink more water, because they cancel each other out.
Yeah. Very good tips. Very good tips. Any other questions? Anyone have any more questions? I have one more question.
Yes.
You guys, you have to have questions. Come on. Personal development, because you talked for quite a bit about staying positive and avoiding negativity.
Yeah.
So what do you do for personal development to stay positive?
I listen to personal development, and instead of listening to music all the time in my car, I have Hoopla, which is a Prince William County Public Library app. If you live in Prince William County and you have a library card, you can download this app. It's called Hoopla, and you just check out audiobooks, and they're free. It's just like checking out a book at a library. And I listen all the time, and I listen to positive things. Like the one thing that I love was You Are a Badass. I really love that. Not everybody likes that, but I liked it because it made me feel, I don't know, positive and powerful. Like I could do anything I wanted to do. You know, there's people that come from nothing and they build themselves up. I go on YouTube and I find motivational videos. You know, there's so many out there, and I just listen, and I get inspired by that. I get inspired by other people's journeys. I get inspired by other people's triumphs and what they've overcome. And it makes me feel like that I can do anything that I put my mind to, as long as I just follow through. So follow through is the key, and follow up is the key. You know, you just have to just keep filling your mind with things. I'm not a big reader. I don't have time to sit and read a book. I really don't. So I play it when I'm driving, driving the kids to school, and it's great for them to hear it too. They're always screaming and fighting in the background. It's like, hey, listen to this. So
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So when you were saying that you've been doing this business for 2 years, so I've been in this for a year, and so therefore we have a lot of coaches who are brand new, and some that have been with me like from the very beginning. So we're, we're babies compared to having 2 years in. And of course you have those, we hear it on team calls, we hear it, this time of year is a little bit harder, with business, I'm talking business now, when to stay motivated versus throwing in the towel. I just can't do this. Like, it's just not working. What would you say in your 2 years of doing this business because you use the word consistency a lot? What would you have to say to that as far as perseverance, or, how you stayed on for 2 years?
I just,
you just stay positive. Maybe you've just loved what you've done this whole time, and it's like, it doesn't matter, I'm just doing what I love. I don't know. You go ahead and speak to that.
I'm doing what I love. And that's what I keep reminding myself, is that, you know what? I'm not where I want to be as a coach in this business, but if I continue to focus on the fact that I'm doing what I love and I'm making money doing it, then it pushes me to continue to post, to continue to follow up, to continue to do what I'm doing. Because who else is going to pay me to do what I absolutely love? Can all of you look at your jobs and say, I love this, I want to go to work, I am so excited to get up and go to work every day? Can you? Raise your hand if you can say that about your job. Nobody.
With Beachbody, because that's my job.
Seriously. Even when I was a massage therapist, I loved it. I enjoyed it. But it got to a point where it hurt me physically. I got to where I couldn't physically do it anymore, even though I loved it. But even then, loving what I did then, because I was helping people, I still didn't wake up like I am now. It's like, who can I help today? What kind of post am I going to make today? It's this different kind of passion that I have for this. And so that's what I will tell you. Get passionate about it. And if you're not, find a passion. Find a passion. Find your why. Find, why do you want to do this? Why are you a coach? And you need to put it in front of your mind every single day. I am a coach because I love helping people. I am a coach because I know that it is hard. It is so hard to lose weight. And I've been there. I've been on both sides of the track. I know what it takes. And so I want to share that with other people. I want to inspire them to do what I did. If they look at me and say, if she can do it, I can do it. That's why I'm a coach, because I want to inspire other people to do what it takes. And it's hard. So I feel like I have to be an inspiration because other people need to know that they can do it too.
Yeah.
So find your why.
Yeah, that's good. That's very good. And Summer Tucker is one who is, I don't know if you've listened to a whole lot of Summer. At first I was like, whew, like you want a drink of water, but it's like a fire hose. Like, I can't drink that. But I've listened to a little bit more of her over the last couple of months. And it's like, just digging deep to find that why and to find that passion of, and I love what you said. If Beachbody isn't it, then it's not it. If it's singing, then sing. If it's writing, then write. Mine is inspiring people. I'm the same way. I love posting on Facebook, and I love helping people. I love it. I can't even, and I'm looking now, and I posted something in Life Changers I did a video because I got so inspired. And Deena, we need to go there. There's a coffee shop in Manassas, Girani Coffee House. I don't know if you've been there, but there's a video. It's amazing. It's amazing. And I happened upon a video on his Facebook page, and he's sitting in Girani, and all it is plywood around him. But he is so excited because he is sitting inside his dream. His dream hasn't even happened yet. Like, they're still sawing behind, you know what I mean? It's not there, but he's so passionate because he's envisioning what it's going to be. And that dream didn't just happen when he got the money. That dream happened years ago, because he said that he just dreamed of what it was going to look like. And we're going to talk a little bit more on Team Call next week about our vision and what do we want out of life. I mean, is it just, okay, it's just Beachbody and or is it bigger than that? Because if it's just Beachbody, we're going to be so focused on the nuts and bolts of Beachbody and posting and getting a challenger or not getting a challenger or whatever, and we're going to be miserable. But when we love what we do, it'll be like, I'm still going to post. I'm still going to work out.
That's it. And that Beachbody is the tool to do what you love to do. It is not the end all be all. It is the tool to get you to where you want to be and to share your passion. So find your why, share your passion. And if you don't know what that is yet, then figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love that. I love it. All right, lady.
And you do have to visualize it. I'm so glad you said that, because that was on my notes and I missed it. Visualize. You have to visualize what you want.
Yeah. And I think it's so important too right now, because we are in November and December, and we've got to lay that foundation for what happens next year, for the New Year's, people that are going to come in. And kind of like I said, if they come in, even if they don't come in, what else is there to do? Like, are we going to stop working out? Are we going to stop, it's just finding the passion and staying with that. And I think that is the beauty of Life Changers. And so many people that have, we have a huge group that started with, because Deena, I don't know if you knew that, but I started Body, Soul, and Spirit probably a year and a half before I, jumped in with Beachbody. I was stalking Jatan and watching her, and I was like, I can do that. I can get results. I couldn't get the results that she got until I jumped in. And then once I jumped in, I had my friends. I had people that have known me for years. We've been on church staff together. We've been in homeschooling groups together. My sister, we have people, and the people that joined me literally in last October, I'm seeing messages like that Melinda was messaging me last year, just like, wow, I went back through our friendships to see where it all began. It didn't begin with Beachbody. It began with, wow, remember when we knew each other, da-da-da-da-da. And these are the people that have just stuck. Cindy Laniga was like, thank you for saving me from Amazon. Because it's a passion and it's what we love. And I'm just thankful, to be able to do something with people that I love and with a team that, a little plug for Life Changers. And Deena, I just know, you were the same. You were just, when I'm like, who could I get to do a team call? It's like, Deena, because I've just heard you before, and you're amazing. And I just love your spirit. So thank you so, so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me on.
All right. So Super Saturday is in January, and I'm hearing some little birds talk that we may have some major awesome people come for our Super Saturday. I haven't heard the names yet, but I have my suspicions. So if you want to even fly into DC, my house, mi casa is su casa. You guys can come here and stay here. But trust me, when we had big people come before, these tickets sold out. So that's my little plug for Super Saturday, and I will be there in January. And Team Spirit, remember to hashtag Team Beachbody Team Spirit and hashtag Life Changers. And that's for our Team Spirit. And then the other one is for Core de Force. If you have Core de Force, you have an opportunity to win $1,000. They're giving $1,000 away every single day for 30 days. And just hashtag it, hashtag Core de Force and hashtag contest. And I just go ahead and hashtag Joel Freeman Fitness and Jericho McMatthews as well, right? And are those hashtags the right ones? Did I say the right ones?
I think it is, yes.
So
they liked my video once on Instagram, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't win $1,000, but that's okay.
Awesome. Well, you never know. There's still many days left. It's only the 7th. So, all right, guys. Have a great night. Thank you for being on Team Call. Thank you again, Deena, and we will see you in our team pages, Epic and Life Changers. Good night, guys.